Welcome into the video. I am your tech guy, Wayne, and today I'm bringing you my full new user guide on the Google Pixel 8a. Now this video is basically a compilation of every video I've made on this phone, and I put it together in what I call a new user guide so you can have just a lot of resources all in one place on using this phone and getting acclimated. So the video is going to cover my beginner's video, which is a full video that shows you how to navigate the screens, how to download apps, how to set up your email, how to make calls, send text messages, how to use the camera, all those different things. From there, I'll go into my tips and tricks video and show you all the other cool things you can do with the phone. From there, we'll go into how to take a screenshot, then what to do if your screen freezes, how to troubleshoot the phone, and we'll end with how to factory reset the phone as well. So make sure you watch all the way through so you don't miss any important information. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. Let's start with a tour of the phone. I just want to walk you through all the buttons, where everything is. So let's turn off the screen here. Now on the left side of the phone, there are no buttons. On the right side of the phone, you'll find the power/standby button. And the way this works is simply tapping the button will wake up the phone. Pressing it again will put the phone to sleep. Now keep in mind, when the screen is off, it doesn't necessarily mean that the phone is off. The phone just could be asleep. Okay, next we have the volume up and volume down buttons. And these are how you control the volume on the phone. And I'll go over later how to use these buttons to put your phone on vibrate, silent, or sound on as well, okay? Now, at the top of the phone, there is nothing up here. Okay, so this is the bottom of the phone. You'll have two speakers right here, and you'll also have your charging port. Now, this charging port is called a Type-C charging type. If you ever need to buy a new charger, you'll need to look for a Type-C charging type. In the box, you will get a Type-C charging cable that you can plug right into here. Now, some of you might be asking, well, how do I plug in headphones? I don't see a headphone jack. So this phone doesn't have a headphone jack, but you can get an adapter that looks like this. And essentially that adapter will plug into this port. And on the other end, it will have an auxiliary port that will let you plug in your headphones. Now, you can also purchase a pair of Type-C headphones. I'll make sure to link some below in the description so you have some options to take a look at. But you charge here, and this is also where you would connect your headphones. Okay, so this is the lock screen. And to get into the phone, you simply need to take your finger, put it on the screen, and just drag your finger up the screen like this. Now, the screen went off while I was doing it, so let's try again. Take your finger, put it on the screen, and simply drag up the screen. And that's how you unlock the phone. Let me show you one more time. Take your finger, put it on the screen, and just drag up the screen. Now that's how you get into the phone. Now later on in the video, I will go over how to set a passcode. So when you do drag on the screen, when you're on that lock screen, it'll ask you to put in a passcode first. And I definitely recommend that everyone set up a passcode because you don't want anyone to just have access to your personal information. You want them to have the code first to be able to get in, and obviously you control the code. Okay, so we're on the home screen. This is the home screen of the phone. And the phone comes initially in what is called gesture mode. So that means to use the phone, you have to you swipe up, and there's different gestures you use to control the phone. It's not the most intuitive thing for a new user. So I want to show you how to change that so it'll be easier for you to navigate the phone. Now, if you swipe down from the top of the screen and you swipe down again, you'll find a settings wheel. You want to tap on this settings wheel. This will take us to the settings. We're going to swipe up, go to system, and then navigation mode. And we're going to switch it from gesture navigation to 3-button navigation. This will give you 3 buttons at the bottom of your screen that will make it a lot easier for you to use the phone. Okay? Now, the first button here is called the home button. And when you press this button, it takes you back to the home screen. Let me demonstrate. So we were just in the settings. I pressed the home button, and guess what? Now we're back on the home screen. So no matter where you are on the phone, whether you're in the web browser right? Maybe you're on the internet doing a web search. If you want to go back to the home screen, you tap the home button. Pretty simple there. Now to the left, you have what's called the back button. This always takes you back one step. So if I'm in the settings, and right now I'm in the settings and we're on this navigation mode page, and guess what? I want to stay in the settings, but I want to get out of this page. I'm going to hit my back button and it will take me back one step. And that's basically what it does. Now, maybe I switch and now I go to the software updates section and it says I don't have any updates. Great. I'm going to hit the back button. So all that button does is just take you back one step. Now, if you're on the main page of an app and you hit the back button, it's going to take you out of the app. Oh, we were on the last page. I thought we were. Okay, so we went back one page. If I press it again, if there's nowhere else to go back to, it's just going to take you back to the home screen. So that's what the back button does. Next, let's go over what is called your recent apps button. Now, all this does is it allows you to see all of the recent apps that you had open. Now, really quickly, I'm going to be using the word apps pretty frequently in the video, and I want to just explain what that is. Now, on a computer, computers have programs. Phones have applications, or apps for short. These little guys are all apps. So whenever you hear me reference apps, I'm referring to these little applications or programs. So that's what that means. Now, when we hit the recent apps button, this allows us to see all of the applications that I recently have had open. And so as you scroll through, you might see, oh, right, we went to the settings earlier, and so that is still open. When you hit the home button and you go to the main page, that application is still running in the background of the phone. And when you press this button, it shows you everything that is currently running in the background of your phone. So what you want to do once you finish using an application, you want to come here and you can swipe up to basically close that out so it's no longer running. Okay. Now, another thing is, here's a web page I was on a few minutes before I started the video. Let's say I want to go back to this page because I want to look at it again. Well, I can use this recent apps button to simply get back to something I was looking at earlier. And that's also where this comes in handy, because it allows you to toggle through anything you were doing previously, and you can continue to work on that. It could be, hey, let me jump to my Facebook and check this. Oh, someone sent me a text. I'm going to jump to that. So this shows you what's running and allows you to go back to that later if you need it. I also want to point out you have a screenshot button right here. And so if you're ever wanting to take a screenshot of a web page, you can press this button and it'll take a screenshot for you. Now watch this. I'm on this website, and let's say I scroll through and I really want to take a picture of this screen right here. I'm going to hit the recent apps button and tap screenshot, and that's going to save to my Google Photos. So just a cool little fact. All right, so that's what these three buttons do. Home button, back button, recent apps. Those are the three primary buttons you'll be using to navigate your phone. Now, there's two other things that I want to show you that are also important in regards to navigating where everything is on your phone. So one, we're on the home screen, and you can swipe left and swipe right, and you'll have pages that'll have other apps on them. So you have some apps here, some apps there, but all your apps are found in what is called the app drawer. When you swipe up, so we're on the home screen, I swipe up, it's going to take me to what is called the app drawer, and this is where you'll find all of the apps that live on the phone. If you ever download a new app, you're always going to find it in this section. Okay, so rest assured, download something new, check here, it'll be here. Now, you also have what is called the notification panel, which I briefly showed you earlier. When we take our finger at the top of the screen and we drag down, this brings us to what is called our notification panel. And in this section, you will find two main things. You'll find shortcuts to the most frequently used settings, and you'll find notifications from the apps that are downloaded on the phone. So for example, I have the Amazon app on my phone, and Amazon has sent me multiple notifications about different things happening with my account. One of the things I just ordered was delivered, so that's there. Savings for a sale, Prime Day. These are all different notifications from Amazon. If I want to look at these specific notifications, there's a little drop down arrow right here that I can press, and then I can look at all these notifications individually. Okay, this was delivered. I can swipe right to simply get rid of that. This was delivered, this was delivered, this was delivered, or that was out. And Amazon's having a big sale. Let me tap on that so I can see more about it. So this is going to show you those different notifications and then allow you to go into the app to get more information. Now, let's go back. Again, we're just swiping down from the top. You can also, you don't necessarily have to swipe from the top of the screen. You can swipe on anywhere on the home screen to bring up that menu. So, it used to be you had to start at the top. Now you can swipe anywhere. So just FYI. Okay. You'll find other information in here. For example, if you're signed into your email, which we're going to go over later, if you get a new email, it's going to show up in this menu as well. So this is a really easy way to check and see if you have any new emails. That's another thing. If you had a new email, you could tap on the notification and it'll take you right to that email. Also, if you have a missed call, if you have a text message that someone sent you, all that will show up in this menu. So this is a very important part of the phone, and you'll want to check this throughout your day. Now, at the top of the screen here, you have these switches that are all tied to different functions on the phone, different settings. And two of the most important ones are your Wi-Fi switch and your Bluetooth switch. So let's say you want to connect your phone to your home Wi-Fi. Well, you can go to the settings and go through multiple pages to try to set up your Wi-Fi, or you can just first go here and it'll bring up your menu and it will show you all the Wi-Fi networks that are available. Now, I'm already connected to a network right now, but if I scroll through this list here, or tap on See All, it's going to show me all the available Wi-Fi networks. And basically, when you get home and you're setting up your phone, you'll want to look for your network. Maybe your network is named Blessed. You would tap on Blessed, and then you would simply type in the password for that network. Keep in mind the password is case sensitive, so make sure if there's a capital, you put a capital. How do I put a capital? Well, you tap on this little up arrow right here, and that will make all the letters capital. So you can tap on a specific letter, and then it'll jump back to lowercase. So you can tap this to get uppercase. Now, if you tap and hold, you tap it twice, now it'll keep all the letters uppercase. So that's just a quick note on how to keep, for typing. Okay, so you'll type in that password, and then you're connected to that network. Now, let's say you're at Starbucks or Denny's, or you're at a restaurant, or even someone else's house, and you want to connect to their network. It's the same process. And I want to take you back just to show you one more time. Okay, so you're going to tap on Internet. Again, this is you going somewhere else and trying to use a different Wi-Fi network. You're going to tap See All, look at all the available networks, find the one you're supposed to, that is for that location, put in your password, and you're good to go. So that's one useful function of this notification section. Another thing is Bluetooth. You want to connect to a Bluetooth device, tap on the button, you tap Pair New Device, and then on your Bluetooth device, you'll probably have to hold down on a button, or you'll have to put that device in pairing mode so that now that device is sending its Bluetooth signal. It'll show up on the phone. You'll tap on the device, and then you'll be paired to it. So that is the process to connect to Bluetooth. Now, you'll find a lot of other cool things in here. Your flashlight, it's going to use your phone flash as a flashlight. And there are even more functions than what you see. To access the rest of the switches, you need to swipe down further. And guess what? We have our Do Not Disturb mode, our alarm, airplane mode, and then you can swipe left and you have more different switches. You have your battery saver mode, screen recording, QR code. You have a couple of pages worth of little shortcuts. So when you get time, swipe through here and just touch each button so you can see what they do. You also have your brightness switch as well, and this will let you lower or raise the brightness of the phone. Now, out of the box, the phone is set to auto brightness, which means it will adjust the brightness depending on how bright or dim the room is that you're in. So just keep that in mind, but you can manually control it from here. Lastly, you will find, and I showed you this earlier, but I just want to point it out again, your shortcut to get to your settings and your power button. If you want to turn off the phone, you'll tap on this power button. And here you'll have three options: an emergency button, a restart button, or a power off button. So you can simply tap restart to restart the phone, power off to power it off, or this button, which will take you into the emergency mode. And in the emergency mode, you have a quick swipe to get right to calling 911. You can also program some other things in here as well, or you can hit the dial pad to make an emergency call. So that, in short, is the notification panel, and that kind of wraps up the first section of the video, which is simply how do I navigate the phone, how do I find everything. So make sure you bump that like button. Don't wait till the end of the video. Bump that like button if you've learned anything new or the video has been helpful so far. Definitely appreciate you guys doing that, and it helps the video to reach more people. Let's now move into our next section, which is how to download applications, or apps for short. Now, pop quiz, where do you find the apps on the phone? You swipe up on the home screen. Swipe up. This takes us to our app drawer. That's right. This is where you'll find all the apps that are currently on the phone. And if we want to get a new app, we're going to go to what is called the Play Store. The Play Store is essentially it's the store. It's where you'll find all of the apps that come installed on the phone. Now, some of you, when you tapped on Play Store, it did not take you to this screen. It took you to probably a Google screen asking you to sign into your Google account. If you're on that screen, you need to do one of two things. You either need to type in your information for your Gmail account or Google account. If you don't have a Gmail, there should be a button that says Create Account. You'll tap on the Create Account. It takes about 2 minutes to create a new Google account. You have to have a Google account in order to download apps on the phone. So take that 2 minutes, create a simple Gmail, write down your password, sign in, and then it will take you to this screen. Now, let me give you a brief rundown of navigating the Play Store. So first, let's look at the bottom of the screen, and you'll see the different sections. So there's a games section, apps, a general search. There are offers. So sometimes there will be deals on different apps or products. And then there is a book section. Now, most people only go to this store if there's something specific they want to download. However, if you're just trying to look for app ideas, I would tell you start here. Go to apps. And there are tabs at the top here. So For You, Top Charts, Kids, Categories. So play around with these different tabs here. If you go to Categories, find the category you're interested in, and then see all the apps that are available in that category. Top Charts is showing you what are the most popular apps that are being downloaded. And it's sorted by free, but you can change that from free to top paid. And then you'll get apps that are paid. Now, one thing I want to point out, this app here, or this game, is $4.95. And so this little blue button has a price in it. However, most of the apps are free. So if I were to, let's see, let's go to games. If I go to this solitaire game, notice you don't see a price in that blue bubble. It just says install. So I just want to make that really clear. If you ever just see install in that box, it means that you're dealing with a free app, and simply tap on it and you can just install it just like this. you'll see the little spinning circle, and that means that that app is being downloaded to your phone right now. Now, if you have a specific app that you want to download, for example, maybe you want to download the Uber app on the phone. You'll want to go to the search section. So games, apps, search, go to search. And it looks like there's a little shortcut here. If you go to search, so let's start on apps here and just follow me. Go to search. This takes you to the search section. And if you tap search again, it'll bring up your keyboard and allow you to begin typing the app that you're searching for. Now, you could type in Uber, U-B-E-R, and hit the magnifying glass to search for that app. Or, this is a really fun shortcut. You can tap on the microphone in the upper right corner, and then you can just say the name of the app and it'll search for you. Let's try it. Uber. Chipotle. Chick-fil-A. Home Depot. So this is a cool shortcut to just search for an app quickly. Just tap the button, say the name, it'll come up. Here's the Home Depot app. I can tap on this install button here to install it now, or I can tap on the Home Depot icon. It'll take me to the app page, and then I can tap on pictures and see exactly what the app looks like. Now, for an app like Home Depot, you would just download it, but if there was a game you were trying to download, you would want to look at the pictures first. For example, there are multiple Sudoku games that you can download, so you don't necessarily need to download the first one. You can tap on the pictures and you can swipe through and look and see what the app looks like. And you might say, oh, this app looks boring. I want to find a better one. So that's just, that's how I usually go about downloading an app, is I want to see the pictures first and make sure I like the layout of the app. Now, we just downloaded that Solitaire app. Now, how do we find that now that it's downloaded? We're going to hit our home button to go back to the main screen, and it will load those apps on your home screen. You can also swipe up and you'll find those in your app drawer. Here's our new app, our Solitaire app, and our new Home Depot app. So that's a quick rundown of how to download apps on the phone. And you know, one of the biggest pluses of smartphones is that there are so many apps you can download. So go to the Play Store and look through the different categories and find apps that will resonate with things that you like. There is literally an app for anything and everything you can think of. All right, let's move into how to make calls and how to answer the phone when someone calls you. I'm going to start with a call coming in so you can see what it looks like and we can see how to answer the phone. So I'm going to initiate a call on my end and you'll see it pop up on the screen. So call is coming through. You can either tap on the green button to answer or tap the red button to decline it. I'm going to answer it by tapping the green button, and now my call has started. I can put the call on speakerphone by tapping on this button here. I can mute the call by tapping mute. I can tap more if I would like to add someone to the call. And if the call is done and you want to end it, simply tap on the red button to end the call. So pretty self-explanatory. Now, one thing I want to point out is that when a call comes through and you're not using the phone, it's going to look a little different. So I'm going to turn off the screen and I'm going to initiate a call. And I want you to see what it looks like this time, because the way we answer it is going to be different. Okay, so the call is coming through now, and you're going to take your finger and put it on the phone button. You drag up if you want to answer, or you drag down if you want to decline the call. Now, it happened quickly, so I'm going to do it again so you guys can see what it looks like. So let's initiate that call one more time. Again, you put your finger on the call button, on the phone button. I can drag up to answer or drag down to decline. So that method is a bit trickier, unfortunately, and there's not really a way to get around that. So you just need to Think of it like when you're on the main screen, finger on the button, drag up, and that's how you answer the call. So just wanted to show you both so you're prepared for that. That dragging gesture is the same as we use on the home screen. So put my finger on the little lock here and just drag up, and so the dragging is used in different parts of the phone. So that's how you answer the phone when someone calls you. Now, here's how you initiate an outgoing call. You're going to tap on the phone button in the left corner, and you'll tap on the dialer, which is in the bottom right corner, and then we'll type in the phone number we want to call. So here's our phone number, 323-853-1212. So area code, phone number, and hit the call button right here. You're going to give it a couple of seconds to connect. And there we go. I can hit speaker to do speaker. All the on-screen options are going to be the same. And when you're all done, simply tap on the red button to end the call. So obviously, outgoing calls are really easy. The incoming calls can vary depending on if you're using the phone or not. All right. So that is the calling section. Let's now move into how to send and receive text messages. So right next to the phone is your text messaging app, Google Messages. And this app will allow you to send text messages, receive text messages. And so let's start with just simply how to send a message. In the bottom right corner, you'll see a button that says Start Chat. Tap on that button. And I can simply type in a phone number, or I can type in a name. If someone is saved in your phone, you can type in their name and their phone number should come up. Or if you don't have them saved, just simply type in the phone number with the area code first. There we go. And there's our phone number. Now, all you really need to do after you type in the number is tap the checkbox in the bottom right corner, or the check circle, and it will set up a brand new text message for you. Now, to bring up your keyboard, you need to tap in the box that says text message. Your keyboard will pop up, and now you can type your message. Hi there. And if you want to add an emoji, which are those little fun icons, you can tap on the emoji button here, and you can add a little smiley face. You can also add one of these stickers, which are just larger emojis. And then if you're ready to send it, you're going to tap on this little arrow. This is the send button, and it will send off the message. Now, you can do more than just type words and icons. You can send what's called a voice message. So instead of you typing the message, you can hold down on this record button and you can record a voice message like this. Hey, good morning, Jim. Hope you have a great day today. So you hold down the button, you talk, and when you're done, you let go of the button, and it will attach a voice recording. You can simply tap and play. Now, I have the volume turned down so you can't hear it, but you can attach just a voice recording, and we can hit that same button, the send button, to send that message. Now, there's another cool feature, which is voice to text, which is this little microphone. So instead of you having to type out the message, you can simply tap on this microphone, and then you can say the message and it will just type out what you say, and it's pretty accurate. Let's give it a try right now. First, it will ask you to give permission for that microphone to record when you use this function. We'll tap while using the app. Let's go back to text messages. So it's already started trying to do it. So let's just start over. We're going to tap that microphone again and start our message. Good morning, Jim. I hope you have a great day today. Now, when you're done, you need to tap the microphone again so it'll stop the function of the voice to text. So it just plugged in everything we said. into a message. This is super convenient. This is really great when you're trying to respond to a message and you're driving. So you're not trying to hold the phone and actually type out a message. Just tap the microphone and just say what you want to say and then hit that send button to send it off. Now, you're probably saying, well, what if I want to attach a picture or a video? Well, to the left of our text message box, there is a photo and a camera icon. You'll tap on that, and this will allow you to find any picture that you've already taken, and you can attach that to the message. Let's attach this picture here. I'm just going to tap on that one. I can actually attach multiple pictures if I wanted to. And so you'll see they're being added to the message here. And I can hit the send button now, and it will send those 3 pictures. So pretty cool. Now, if we hit the plus all the way to the left, you have a few more options as well. So again, gallery is simply you attaching a picture you've already taken. Gallery can also be you taking a picture right now to attach. So if I tap on this box here, it will actually open up the camera. You actually have to tap on the arrows here to open it up. So it'll open the camera, let me snap a picture, and then attach that picture to the message. Now let's go back to the plus, and so we can see some of the other options. You can also attach a GIF, which are those little animated images. So you can come in here and they have all these really fun short clips you can attach. You just simply tap on the search GIF box. You can say happy. Let's see what comes up. Maybe it's a happy birthday. Maybe you're just saying that, but you'll see a bunch of cool options in here. You'll also see some other keywords you can use. Yes. I love communicating with GIFs, by the way. It's so funny. It just makes a conversation more personable over text. There's also stickers. You have all these great things you can use to attach to a text message to respond to what someone is saying. You have files you can attach, like a document, for example. Like if you've downloaded a contract or document or a PDF, you can attach it using this. You can attach your location if you're trying to send someone, hey, I'm here, come get me. Tap on location. It will use your location and send that. You can attach a contact, or you can schedule a message to be sent later. Maybe you're up at 3 a.m. You want to send a message to someone, but hey, they're not going to wake up till 7. I don't want their phone to ring in the middle of the night. Let me schedule this message to go out at 9 p.m. and it will actually delay the message. And to finish it, I'm going to tap on that send button, but you'll see scheduled message. So this message still will not go out until the time you scheduled. So those are just a few of the things that you can do in regards to sending a text message. Oh, look, someone just sent us a message, and this is what it looks like when a message comes through. Let's hit our back button, and we have a new message. Whenever you have a new message, you'll see a number next to that contact. So Wayne Wonder sent us a message, and there's a 1 that tells us that we just got 1 new message. We can tap on that and we can see, hi. Now, the app will actually give you some suggested responses. You can respond with hi or how are you? And then it will go ahead and send that as a reply. If not, you're going to tap in the box, RCS message, and then you'll simply start typing out your reply. I'm good. Send. So that's just a brief rundown of how to send a text message and also what it looks like when a message will come into the phone. Next, let's talk about how to control the sound of the phone. I mentioned this earlier. You use the volume buttons to control, is your phone on is the speaker You'll use this to control, is the phone on sound on, vibrate, or is the sound turned off? Now this happens quick, so I may have to do this multiple times, but just follow me as I'm going to speak very quickly here. You can tap on the volume up or volume down to bring up the sound settings. Tap on the speaker and you'll get three options: sound on, sound off, and vibrate. So if I tap this and I tap on this, the phone is now on vibrate. If I tap this, the phone audio is totally off. And if I tap on the speaker, it means that all our volume is up. So that's the first thing you need to know in regards to the sound. Obviously, when you go into a meeting or church or, somewhere where you need to be, your phone should not be making noise, make sure you tap that button and at least put it on vibrate so you'll get your phone will vibrate when a message comes through. And if you just want completely no vibrating, no silence, anything, then you'll switch and go to the / over the audio button, which means the phone will not make any noise. Now, the next thing you need to know, let's turn our sound back on. This bar is this will help control the volume of the phone, but underneath this bar are three dots. If you tap on the three dots, this takes you to all of the volume meters. Your phone has multiple things that use volume, and so that's why you need to know how to get to this setting, because media volume is one thing, which is, hey, I'm listening to music, I'm listening to a video. So, hey, I want to make that volume 50%, or I want that to be louder. But hey, I want my call. You can say, hey, my call volume is too loud. I want to lower the call volume. Okay, well, you can bring that down. There is the ring volume, which is how loud my phone rings when someone calls me. Oh, turn the ringer up. I want to make sure I can hear from any room. And as you move it, it will let you know how it sounds. That's a low ringer, mid, and high. Okay. You have then your notification volume, and this is when you get a new text message. This is the sound it'll make. And you probably don't want to have this on the top volume because it can be really loud. And then you have your alarm volume, which is, hey, I set my alarm to go off at 6 a.m. That's the highest. So you can go through, you'll want to calibrate each volume based on what will work best for you. You can also change some of those sounds as you scroll down here. There's some different options here as well. So for example, that default notification sound, you can change that to something else. Maybe you're tired of hearing this sound and you want a different sound. You can make it, this is kind of sounds the same, but okay. There you go. That's pipes, shopkeeper, kind of like that one. Tweeter. So you can pick a different sound here, hit save, and now there will be a different sound when notifications come through. So that's a brief kind of rundown of just how your sound works. And again, we got there by tapping the volume up, tapping the three dots below. And when I basically tried to control one of these different volume meters, it takes you into the full sound and vibration settings so you can see all the different options that are available. All right. Now let's move on to how to make the text size larger. So all of your little, all the words that are underneath your apps, or when you get a text message, maybe the words are just too small and you want to make them bigger. Here's how to do that. You're going to go to the settings. Now I have a shortcut here. You should too, but if you don't have this settings wheel, swipe up and swipe until you get to the bottom of the menu here and just go to settings. And so we need to get out of this page and back to the main screen of the settings. What should we do? We should tap the back button. Okay, that was kind of odd. What the back button should have done was taken us here, but it took us out of the app. No worries. we're here now. So we want to make our text size larger. We need to go to the display function or display page, display size and text. And here we'll have a few different levers that we can control to make the text larger. So first, we'll start with the font size, and you want to hit this plus here. And pay attention because it's going to show you here what it will look like when you increase it. Let's go up again. And notice it's making everything on the screen larger. See that? Font size, display. So you can get really big. So obviously, I would tell you, keep playing around with this until you find a size that works for you. And you can, again, plus and minus to kind of toggle back and forth to see what size makes sense for you. And then you can also control the display size, which is also, so this is just making the text larger, but display size actually makes the icons, makes everything bigger. So notice our icons are getting much larger. Now, if we hit the home button, you'll notice on the home screen now the icons are much bigger. So you'll want to play around with those two settings to really get it calibrated properly for you. And if we go to the text messages, you'll notice everything is much bigger. If we go to Google Chrome, even the text size on the websites should be a lot larger now. And your Android buttons are larger too. Next, let's get into how to use the camera and where to find the pictures after you've taken them. We're going to swipe up on the home screen and go to the camera icon. And obviously the first things I want to point out are your shutter button in the center here. Tapping that is how you take pictures. This button here allows you to switch between the rear camera and the front camera. So switching that, now we're looking out of the front camera. Everything is the same. Now, if you want to switch to taking a video, you have a toggle at the bottom here. So camera and video. And when you switch to video, you'll notice that you don't see a big white circle anymore. You just see a little white dot. And so that's one indicator that you're on the video setting. When you start a video, that button will turn into a little red dot. And you can use this button to pause the video, tap it again to unpause, and then tap here to stop a video. Now, one fun fact, when you're taking a video, if you tap on the shutter right here, you can actually take still pictures while you're recording video. I'm going to tap here, stop the video. Let's go back to our camera. Now, you also have these two numbers that will show up. You have the 1x and the 1.4. This controls the zoom. This will allow you to zoom in further or zoom out. Now, on the front camera, you won't have a lot of zoom, but on the rear camera, there's a lot more options. You have a 0.5, which is kind of hard to see. So let me just pick the camera up here. So this is just the normal lens. If you hit the 0.5, you're switching to the wide angle lens, and then go back to 1 and then the 2. So you have a few different options when it comes to the zoom. Okay. Now, you have some other camera options here. You have the portrait mode, which is great for taking pictures of folks. If someone is standing right in front of the camera and you do portrait, it'll make the person nice and clear and it will blur out the background. So this is a really fun feature to use. If we swipe over, we have a night sight setting, which is great for when you're in a low light environment. This will help to capture the most light possible. So that's great. You have your panoramic right here, which allows you to take nice wide shots. Then you have this long exposure setting. I don't use this one too often, but this is also great for taking a picture of moving objects and getting really cool effects. Now, after you take a picture, you'll see a little bubble to the left, and this will allow you to see the very last picture that you took for easy reference. Okay, That was the last picture that we took. Now, where do I find these pictures on the phone when I just want to go back and look at them? Let's press the home button here. We're going to go to the Google Photos app, which is right here. And this app does quite a few things, but the main thing is it's your photo gallery. And so when you take pictures, they're going to save to this app, and you can simply swipe through here to see the pictures. Now, this app will also back up your photos online. So if you ever lose your phone, you don't have to worry, because you simply need to go to photos.google.com, and there you can sign to your Google account and you can access all the photos that you've taken on your phone. The first time you open this app, you should see a pop-up that's going to ask, do you want to save your photos to Google Drive? Or do you want the app to back up your photos? You want to say yes, and it will begin to back them up to the cloud so you can access them from anywhere using that photos.google.com. These are all the photos that we just took, just the snapshots from the front camera. And down here, you'll actually see some photos that were taken with other phones that are also signed in with that same Gmail. So I use this Gmail on multiple phones. And so the cool thing is I can scroll through here and I can see all the photos that I've taken using this phone and that other phone. So that's one of the benefits of using Google Photos and having your photos backed up to the cloud. So you can simply access your photos much easier, and you can also see them all in one place. So that's a quick rundown of how to take pictures and also where to find them after you've taken them. Next, let's go into how to lock your phone, how to put a passcode on your phone, and also how to set up the fingerprint sensor so you can use that to unlock the phone. So we're going to go to the settings. We're going to use our back button to get out of this page and go to the main menu of settings. There we go. We're now on the main screen. You'll notice all the icons are larger because we increased the text in the last section of the video. Now, we're going to go down to security and privacy. And then you'll see a pop-up here that says set a screen lock. So we're going to tap on set screen lock. You have two different options. Well, you have quite a few options here. The two options I like to use primarily are the pattern or the pin. And when you use the pin, you're setting a 4 to 6 digit number that you have to enter to unlock the phone. A lot of other folks will use the pattern, which is another fun option. This, you can program your own pattern. And then that's how you unlock the phone, is simply putting in that pattern. So just that easy, we have it set. So if I turn the screen off, turn it back on, and I try to unlock the phone, it says, hey, let's put that pattern in first. And so just that easy, you now have a passcode or basically a pattern lock on the phone to prevent anyone from just taking your phone and accessing it. Now, once you've done that, you can then set up a fingerprint for an additional security measure. So we'll tap on device unlock, and now we're going to tap on fingerprint and face unlock. So to set this up, you will need to put in that pattern that we just set up. There we go. Now we can tap fingerprint unlock. You'll simply press more, I agree, start. Now the fingerprint sensor is in the screen, so you'll need to hold the phone. And the important thing when you do this is try to hold the phone in a natural way, because you want the phone to learn your finger in the way that you're going to be holding the phone. So right now I'm pressing on the reader, and then I'm lifting. Every time I put my thumb back on the fingerprint reader, I try to move it slightly because it's trying to learn your fingerprint so that it's easier for you to unlock the phone. As you can see, we're getting close to the end here. Perfect. So we've just programmed a fingerprint on the phone. And one thing I encourage you to do is tap on the add another button here, switch hands, and program one fingerprint from your other hand. This way, if you ever have something on your fingers, maybe a grease or an oil, you have another way to unlock the phone. Just switch hands and use that hand to unlock the phone. You'd be surprised how often folks will use their dominant hand as the fingerprint, and then they get something on their hands or their hands are dirty and it doesn't work and they're frustrated. So always program multiple fingerprints. You can always go back later and do this as well. I'm just going to put in one right now for the sake of the video. And we're all set. We officially have a passcode and we have our fingerprint set up so that when the phone is locked, we can simply use our thumbprint to unlock the phone. Pretty cool. All right, let's move on to the next section, which is how to set up your email. And to do this, we'll be going to the Gmail app. Now, you might be saying to yourself, oh, I don't have a Gmail. I have an AOL, or I have an SBCglobal.net, or a Verizon, or an Outlook. Well, here's the cool part. When you go to the Gmail app, let's see, I already have a Gmail on the phone, so I'm going to go to the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel, tap on the icon in the right corner, and go to add another account. And you'll see these are all the different email types that you can use within the Gmail app. That's right, Gmail will let you use different email types on the phone. So if you have a Yahoo, you can still sign in. If you have an Outlook or Hotmail, you can still use those as well. You simply select it. You're then going to put in your email address and your password, and then you'll be able to sign right into your emails. Now, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of how the Gmail app works to check email, but first, I want to show you a quick workaround if you have an email type that you don't see on the screen. For example, if you have an AOL, here is an easy way to find another app that will work for you to check your AOL emails. Hit the home button. We're going to go to the Play Store. Tap on search twice so we can bring up our keyboard. Next, we're going to tap on the button in the bottom left corner until we get to this set of the keyboard, and we're going to tap on the @ symbol. Now tap on the alphabet in the bottom left corner. Now, all you need to do is put in the back half of your email address. For example, if you have this is me at AOL.com, just type in @AOL.com. Whatever your @ is, that's what you're going to type in. And when you hit the search, it's going to recommend apps that are compatible with that email type. And the first app that comes up is the actual AOL app. I can simply just download the AOL app and I can use that to sign to my emails and keep track of new emails, send emails, etc. So that's a little trick for you to find a specific app that will work with your email type. Again, you can type in @SBCglobal.net, @Verizon.net. It will recommend an app that will work for you, and then you can use that to sign to your email. Okay, let's go to the Gmail app, and I want to give you a walkthrough of just how this app works. So we are on the inbox of the Gmail app, and here I can see I have quite a few emails, and simply tap on one to read it, and you'll scroll through. You can see all the details. Now, you might read this email, and then you're like, cool, I read this. If you want to reply to the email, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a reply button. You simply tap in the box where it says reply. Your keyboard will pop up and you can begin typing a reply. You have a paper clip to the left here. You can use this to attach a photo if you want to attach a specific photo to that email. Let's attach this one. We'll use our back button. So you don't want to tap on the title of the photo, just tap on the icon to the left, and then in the upper right corner, tap select, and then that will add that file to the email. It looks like that picture was too big, so we need to find a smaller one. Now, you might tap on reply and you might decide later, gosh, you know what? I don't want to reply to this email. No problem. Hit your back button, press it again, and it will take you out of that reply. You might just say, oh, I read this email and I don't want to respond to it. I just want to delete it. Well, you can tap on the archive button, and the archive button essentially it sends it to an archive folder. It doesn't delete the email. It just moves it out of the inbox. Now, I would encourage you, don't archive emails. Just unless you want to be able to find it later, that's the only time you want to archive an email. Aside from that, just delete it so you can keep your inbox free. Now, if you want to delete multiple emails, you'll want to tap on the little icon next to the email like this, and you'll see a check, and you can begin to check more emails. You might say, oh, these are all spam. I don't need to hear about the new Google Fitbit or the new Pixel, whatever. You can select any and all emails that you just want to delete quickly, and then you can either archive them all at one time or hit the trash can to delete them. Now, if you want to write a new email, there is a compose button right here. Tap on compose. Your keyboard will pop up, and you'll first type in who you want to send the email to. I'm going to send mine to wayne@gmail.com. I can then tap in the subject box and I can say hi. And then where it says compose email, I can write my message. Hi there. Okay. You also have that microphone that we talked about in the text messaging section, and you can use that to use the voice to text. It's been a minute. How's your family and your friends? And when you're done, simply tap on that microphone so it will stop listening. So we have our basic message there, and I can again attach a photo or file to it here. And then when it's time to send it, I'm going to press this button, same button in the text messaging app, press that button to send off the message. So that's just a very quick rundown. One other thing I want to show you is to the right of each email, there's a star, and you can star emails that are important. Maybe you say, oh, I'm reading this. This is good. I want to read this later. I'm going to star it. So now that you've starred it, if I tap on the menu button in the upper left corner here, I can go down to starred and just look at my emails that are starred. So it's another really cool trick, because obviously as you go through your inboxes, sometimes you read something and you're like, great, good to know, but I don't need this right now. We'll star it so later you can always go back and reference it. Now, last thing I want to show you is when you tap on this hamburger menu here, you have multiple folders. You have primary, which is Gmail is going to try its best to sort through the emails that come through and make sure that emails that are important end up in primary. Now, you have another folder called promotions, and this has to do with emails that are more salesy. So they will move them into a different section automatically to cut down on the clutter in your inbox. You also have a social folder, so things like a YouTube comment or like a Facebook notification, those will all show up in this section. And then you have updates, which updates is a mixed bag of things. So just know that you have these multiple folders, and sometimes there is an email that is important that doesn't show up in primary, and these are the other 2 places or 3 places to check to try to find an important email. If you scroll down further, you'll have some other options here like your spam, your trash, and a shortcut to your Google Calendar and your contacts. Let's start with how to use 2 apps at one time. First, I'm going to open up YouTube. I'm going to close it out. Then I'm going to open up Google Chrome, close it out. Then I'm going to swipe up on the home screen, swipe over to the YouTube icon, tap on the icon and tap split screen. From there, I can select Google Chrome, and now I can actually have a YouTube video playing while I'm browsing the internet. Now I have a video playing at the top, and at the bottom here, I can go on Google Chrome and go on ESPN. I can browse my scores while listening and watching the video. Now this is also supported in the landscape position. Now as I rotate the phone, you're gonna notice in the bottom left corner, there's a little icon that you tap that will rotate the screen for you. And then I can still browse through my ESPN while I'm watching my YouTube video. When you're all done, take your finger, put it on that white line in the middle and just drag it to the right, and that will take you out of split screen. That's how you use 2 apps at one time. All right, next, let's talk about how to get rid of that pesky gesture mode. Now, what is gesture mode? Well, you know how there is no traditional home button at the bottom anymore? You have to swipe up and hold. If you're not a fan of the gestures and you want your traditional Android buttons back, here's what you do. We're gonna go to the settings. Now I have the settings wheel on the home screen. If yours is not on the home screen, no problem. Simply swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and tap on the settings wheel in the bottom right corner. From here, you're gonna go up all the way to System. From here, you're gonna go to Gestures. From here, you're gonna go to Navigation mode, and you're gonna switch to 3-button navigation. This will bring back the traditional Android buttons and make it easier for you to navigate the phone, home, back button, and your recent apps button. And obviously swiping up to close out apps. All right. Now make sure as you come across a feature that you like, make sure you bump that like button down below. And at the end of the video, I want you to drop in the comment section what were your favorite tips that I shared. All right, let's move on. Now, how do we get this screen to stay on longer without having to constantly touch the screen? Well, let's go back to our settings. We're gonna go to Display, which is here. We're gonna go to Screen Timeout, and we're gonna increase this from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And also, we're gonna turn on Screen Attention, which prevents your screen from turning off if you're looking at the screen. So it's gauging if you're looking at the screen, and it will keep the screen on longer. This cuts down on annoyance and it makes it easier for you to just keep the screen on longer. All right, next, I want to show you a new fun feature that just came to Pixel devices, and this is how to use AI to design your own wallpaper. Let's hold down the home screen. We're going to tap on Wallpaper and Style. From here, swipe up, go to More Wallpapers, and then tap on AI Wallpaper. And here, we can first select a theme. So I'm going to pick Terrain, and then you're going to have these keywords. All the words underlined are the keywords that you can change. So I'm going to change this from surreal to realistic, and from cliffs to beach, and from the shades to blue, and hit create wallpaper. And in just a few seconds, it will create a brand new wallpaper. In fact, it'll create 4 different versions for you to look at. And if you don't like those, you can always cycle through and pick more. So this is the first one, second, I really like that one. I'm gonna check that one. But be careful, if you press it, then it's going to start asking you more questions. Third and fourth. So guess what? I like this one. I want to make it my wallpaper. I'm going to hit the check in the upper right corner, and I can now lock it in as a wallpaper. I'm going to hit set wallpaper, home screen and lock screen, and now hit the home button. And now I have a brand new wallpaper created with AI. So super cool. I like to change my wallpaper every couple of days just to make the phone feel fun and different. So moving on, let's talk about how to launch your camera from any screen, even if your phone is off. Never miss an important moment simply by tapping the power button 2 times, just like this. This will automatically turn on the camera, and you can then start recording. This will even work if you have a lock code on the phone. This will bypass that and take you right to the camera. It'll let you take pictures, but it won't let you get into the phone. You'll still have to put in your code to unlock the phone. So even right now I have to either use my fingerprint or put in my code to get to the phone. That is called the quick launch camera feature. So no matter what you're doing, double tap on the power button and that will take you to the camera so you can take pictures. For the next feature, let's go to the settings and let's back out, and we're gonna go all the way up to system once again, go to gestures. We're gonna turn on quick tap to start actions. And here we have a list of some commands that we can trigger. For example, take a screenshot, access the digital assistant, show notifications. The flashlight one is my favorite because it's just really simple. You're walking in the house, you know, your lights are dark, you need to see some light. Hey, my phone is in my hand already. I'm just gonna double tap the back of the phone just like this, and the flashlight's gonna come on. So that's my favorite use for that, but you can have it do a lot of other things too. Another way to use this is go to open app, hit settings, and you can go in and have it launch a specific app for you. So you might want it to launch TikTok for you. Now I'm holding the phone. Hey, I want to go to TikTok. Double tap, and now it launches the TikTok app. So super cool there. Love that feature. Definitely make sure you get that set up ASAP. Next, let's talk about the emergency SOS mode, how to trigger it and how to set it up to basically trigger messages to your loved ones in the event of you being in an emergency. You're gonna press the power button 5 times really fast, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna take you to the emergency SOS mode. And from here, to officially kick it into gear, you need to hold in the center for 3 seconds. Now, right now, by default, if you don't set up anything, it'll simply call 911. But if we go to the settings, we can program it to trigger a phone call to a loved one. It'll also send them a message and with some additional information. So to set this up, you're gonna go to your settings, safety and emergency. And the main ones I'll tell you to start with are emergency contacts. So here, you will need to just sign into your Google account, which you should already be signed into. Now, you're going to tap add contact, and you'll want to add whoever your important emergency contacts are, whether it be a parent, a sister, a brother, a spouse, whatever. A part of what this will do is it's going to list these contacts on the home screen of your phone if you've triggered the emergency SOS feature. And here it says so people can view and call them in the event of an emergency, but they can't unlock the phone. So let's say you've passed out because you have had just a medical emergency, but you triggered it, someone finds you on your phone, it will show these contacts and allow the person to call them to let them know you're in trouble. That's the first thing. The next thing is plug in your medical information so that if a medical personnel found you, they would have all your important information listed on the home screen of your phone. Allergies, pregnancy status, medications, home address, medical notes, organ donor notes, etc. All these things will be displayed on the home screen, so if someone finds you unconscious, they will know how to care for you properly. Now next, let's go to the emergency SOS section so you can get a little more information about what happens when we hit that power button 5 times. So like I said before, it will trigger a call to the emergency services, and once you've logged in some emergency contacts, it will share information with those contacts. And I believe it will share your location, and I believe it takes a video recording of the surrounding of where you are and what's happening. So let's say you're about to faint, you can trigger this mode, it's gonna start recording, and you could record a message saying, hey, help, I'm in trouble, or help, I'm gonna faint, help, I didn't have my medicine, whatever it is, and it will send that message to your emergency contacts. So that's why you wanna make sure you plug in those emergency contacts, because they're going to get that alert when you trigger this feature. So those are the main things you want to set up so that if an emergency does happen, you are ready to basically share it with friends or family and let them know how to care for you and where you are, and also to have all your information displayed properly so that medical personnel can take care of you properly. Now, if you found this helpful so far, make sure you bump that like button down below. I know I've gone over something that was either new information for you or you thought was pretty cool, so make sure you show some love with that like button. I also want to give a quick plug to this really cool device here, which does a couple of cool things. So one, this thing is a fan. I get really hot when I'm recording my videos, and so I have this little desk fan that I just set up, and in between videos I have this fan going so that I stay cool, which is great. And it has 2 settings. Now, aside from that, let's say your phone battery is low and you need a quick charge. This actually has a full-size USB that you can simply plug in to any device. So right here I'm plugged up, plug into my Pixel, and just that easy. I have some backup juice here. This has a built-in battery so I can charge my USB devices. It also has a flashlight as well. Now, most of you already are going to set your phone up so when you double tap, it's going to launch your flashlight. But in the event you choose not to, you'll have this cool backup flashlight as well. So anyway, I'll drop a link for this in the description in case you guys are interested in picking up one. It's super cool, and I use this thing all day just to stay cool while I'm shooting videos. Next, let's go over another key feature for what could be an emergency moment, or hey, just my battery's low and I don't know when I'm going to charge again and I have to make sure my phone stays on. Well, you would do this. Swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. You will then swipe to the left and you'll find the battery saver mode. Now, this normally will come on when your phone drops to about 15%, but if you long press on battery saver, it'll take you to the menu and you can switch between your standard battery saving mode, which simply just will turn off some background functions to help stretch battery life. You can switch this to extreme battery saver mode. Now, when you're in the extreme mode, it will strip down the phone to the most important features that you need to have on, and this way, it'll allow your battery to stretch much longer. So I want to show you a quick demonstration of this. I'm going to turn it on right now. I'm going to hit the home button. And as you'll notice, some of my apps are going to be grayed out because it's only going to give you access to the most important apps that you need to have access to. And this is how it's going to stretch your battery. Now, as we swipe down from the top of the screen and we swipe down again, it'll show you the battery life of the phone right now, and it says in this current state, your phone could last up to 2 days and 17 hours. Now, granted, if you start using the phone a lot or you take it out of this setting, it's not gonna last 2 days, 17 hours, right? So this is, if you were to switch to this mode, it's gonna give you a lot more battery life, but you can't just do random stuff on the phone. This is, hey, I'm in an earthquake, I'm stuck here, I don't know when I'm gonna be free. Let me turn on this mode so that my battery is gonna last me longer and hopefully give me a chance for someone to find me. I can still send text messages, I can still make calls, right? I can still access a few other features in the settings. So you'll notice quite a few of the apps are going to be grayed out, but not all of the apps. You'll still have access to some of them. You can also make modifications to what apps are grayed out in the settings as well. So to turn this off, you're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, swipe to your left, go back to battery saver, long press, and you're going to turn it off and switch it back to just the standard battery saver. That's how you turn it off. Now, if you go to extreme battery saver and hit the settings wheel, this is where you can customize what apps you deem as essential and what apps are not essential. So for example, the Play Store is probably not really an essential app, doesn't need to be there. But you might say, hey, I want Google Chrome to be there because if I have internet, I want to be able to search and maybe get some news about what's going on. Or you might say you want one of your social media apps on there because you want to see if anyone has posted something. I would recommend having an X as one of your essential apps because when things happen, people tend to post on there very quickly. Apps like Twitter, or excuse me, apps like TikTok and Instagram are going to use a lot of battery life, so I wouldn't necessarily have those available. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so that is the battery saver, or the extreme battery saver mode. That's going to give you a lot more battery life, especially in the event of an emergency, or hey, I just forgot a charger, I'm going to be out all day, I want to make sure my phone lasts as long as it can. I'm going to switch to that more aggressive mode as well. Okay, this next feature is not going to be popular for everyone, but for you professionals out there who are trying to get more work done, but your phone can be a distraction, you're going to love this feature. Swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, swipe to your left, and go to focus mode. Now, focus mode is a feature that will basically turn off your notifications. In fact, let's go into it now. Let's long press on focus mode. This is where you can really optimize the features to set it up to work for you the most. So I just have it set up right now that these are my 3 most distracting apps: Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So these apps are going to be grayed out. I cannot open them while I'm in focus mode because I want to get work done, right? And you can go through and you can add more apps to this list. Hey, for some of you guys, Amazon is one of those apps, right? So you want to go through and strip down any app that would be deemed a distraction, and it will gray it out during the time you have set as focus time. Now, you can manually turn this on, or you can set a schedule and you can have this automatically come on, for example, during work hours, maybe 9 to 5, or maybe have it come on and then go off during lunch, you know, different things like that. It says when you need time to focus, you can pause distracting apps and hide their notifications. So guess what? People are sending you Instagram messages or TikToks. All that is not going to come through while you're in the focus mode. So keep this on. We need to get work done. There's also a take a break mode where you can, for 5 minutes, have access to those distracting apps, 5, 15, or 30. And when that time goes off, then those apps are gonna go to be blocked out once again. So that is the focus mode. And for our last tip, let's talk about the recorder app and how you can basically use this recorder app to not only record voice memos, but also to create a transcript of any conversation. If you're talking to someone, or you're simply sitting in a meeting, you're in a class, and you just want to record the notes, you can turn this on, hit record, and it will begin to transcribe the entire conversation. The other cool thing is that it will separate voices. So right now, I'm the only person talking, so it's just one long transcript. But now if it's multiple people talking, it's actually going to separate the speakers. So you can see here, you got this speaker here, you got this speaker here. So it actually will separate the voices of the different people who are talking. So excuse my silly voice. But anyway, that's one of the cool things about this. It'll take all the notes of the meeting, it'll separate the speakers, and now you have an audio recording and a visual transcript to go off of to see all your meeting details. All right, so super cool feature. It's super underrated. A lot of people don't talk about it. Welcome into the video. I am your tech guy, Wayne, and today I want to show you how to take a screenshot, which is super easy. And then I want to show you how to print that screenshot, along with how to print a web page and an email. So there's 2 ways to do this. There is a button combination, and then there's an on-screen option. I'm going to show you the button combination first. Let me pick up the phone. And before I show you, I just want to point out that my pixel was a little low before I started this video. So I grabbed my handy portable charger here. And I'm going to link one of these in the video and in the description below, because when your battery is low, this is a super handy way to be able to keep using your phone and charge it up nice and quick. All right, so we're going to hold the power and the volume down button for 1 second to trigger the screenshot, just like this. Power, volume down, 1, 2, 3, hold, let it go. That's it. You'll see a pop-up that you can tap, and from here, you can drag to crop the picture. You can tap on the on-screen tools to make edits. You can highlight, you can draw, you can erase, you can add text. And when you're done, you can hit save. And from there, you can also trash it, or you can share it right out to a social media or to a text or an email. So we're going to save that here. Now, where does that picture go once you save it? Great question. So first, it is going to go to your Google Photos app right here. And if you go to Library, it will create a folder for you for screenshots. So it'll separate the photos out, and I can get right to that screenshot just by tapping on my screenshots folder. And here's the picture that I just took. Now, let's say you want to print this picture. What you'll need to do is go to the upper right corner and tap on the three dots. And if you slide over, you will have a print option. You'll then tap on print. Now I want to point out that I am currently connected to Wi-Fi, and I do have a wireless printer at home. And so all I'll need to do where it says select a printer is tap on this little drop down arrow, and it's going to show my Canon printer that I can simply tap. And if I tap on the drop down here, I have a few extra options. For example, if I want more copies, I can change this number here. I can change the way the paper is sized. If I want to change it from color to black and white, you can make all those different options there. And when you're done, you'll tap on this button to print the picture and send it to your printer. I will link my printer right here. I am using a Canon printer that is a bit outdated now, and so there's a newer Epson model that's really inexpensive. I'll link that one down below if you're in the market for a wireless printer because you need to print things from your phone. Okay, so that's how you print a picture. Now we printed a screenshot, but obviously if you go through your photos and you select a different printer, the process is going to be exactly the same. I can pick any other printer and follow those same steps, and I can print. Or excuse me, I can pick any other picture and follow those same steps to print. Now, what if you want to print an email? Well, let's tap on Gmail. And here is an email that's open right now. And if I wanted to print this, I'm going to go to the upper right corner and tap on the three dots and come on down to print and follow those same steps. I'll see the web page and how it's going to look. Now, sometimes if the email is very long, it will take a few seconds for the page to show up. So if it takes a few seconds, don't worry. It will show up once it has loaded the entire page. Same thing, select the printer and then make your modifications and then hit the print button. Now, the last thing I want to show you is how do we print a web page. We're going to go to Chrome, and from here, I'm on ESPN right now. Let's say I wanted to print this ESPN page. Upper right corner, three dots. I'm going to come all the way down, and guess what? Where is my print button? I don't see a print button. Well, for a web page, you're going to go to Share first, and then when you hit Share, you'll see a print button right here. So they just have made it an extra step for web pages. And I'm going to just select my printer, make my modifications, and then I'm going to hit my print button to print. Okay, and the second way to take a screenshot is by swiping up and holding, and you'll have a screenshot button that'll show up on the screen right here. Now, the difference in this second method is that this will only screenshot apps. It will not screenshot anything that's on your home screen, so just keep that in mind. Now, I can swipe over, and maybe I want to screenshot this page from Instagram. So I'm going to simply make sure I've swiped over to the correct app. And you may want to tap on the app first and make sure it's exactly on the page you want to screenshot. Then you're going to swipe up, hold, and tap the screenshot button. And that'll take your screenshot. And then if you tap on it, it'll give you the same on-screen controls to make the edits you want to make before hitting save. Today, I want to show you what to do if your Pixel 8a freezes or your touchscreen is glitching and not working properly. What you're going to do is hold down on the power and volume up button until the screen goes dark. All right, let's try it right now. Power, volume up, 1, 2, 3, hold. Keep holding the buttons until the screen goes dark. It usually takes about 5 to 10 seconds for it to trigger. There we go. As soon as it goes dark, you're going to let go of the buttons. Give the phone, anywhere from 15 and 30 seconds to restart itself. We should see the Google logo popping up any minute now. And once that logo pops up, that's how you know that, oh, there we go. the phone has officially restarted itself. And usually if the issue you're having is software related, this will fix that. Sometimes an app could be running in the background and causing an issue. Could be multiple reasons, but either way, this should fix the issue. Now, if you might have like damaged or cracked your screen, and as a result your touchscreen isn't working, then this is not going to fix that. So if your touchscreen is not working because of physical damage, I would recommend you go to a local service and repair center and basically, get a quote for what it would cost to get your screen repaired. That's usually the best course of action after that. If your screen isn't cracked, but your touchscreen is just not working properly, and you're within the first year of the purchase of your phone, in that case, you can reach out to Google directly about your 1-year manufacturer warranty. You might just have a defective unit. And today I want to show you how to erase all of your data on the Pixel 8a and how to basically reset it back to factory settings. The first thing you'll need to do, swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. In the bottom right corner, you'll find the settings wheel. Tap on the settings wheel. From here, we need to go to the passwords and accounts section. And you're going to tap on any and all Google accounts. And you're going to hit remove account. And you'll repeat that step for all the Google accounts until you've erased them all off the phone. The reason you have to do this before you do the reset is because if you don't erase the Google accounts and you try to factory reset the phone, it will then ask you to put in the password for those Google accounts before you can log into the phone after the reset. So just easier to erase them first and then do the reset. So now we're going to hit our back button in the upper left corner, and we'll want to go to System, and here you'll go to the reset option. And then from here, you'll tap on erase all data, factory data reset, and it lets you know this will erase all the data and it will factory reset your phone. You will lose everything that's stored on the phone, from music, photos, etc. Everything on the phone will be lost. So before you do this step, make sure you back up all your information to the cloud, or you use a transfer software to transfer your data from this phone to a new phone if you're planning to switch phones. Once we hit this button here, this data cannot be recovered. All right, so you'll simply tap the erase all data button. At that point, it's going to begin erasing all the data off the phone, which takes about 2 to 5 minutes depending on how much you have stored on the phone. After that, the phone will restart a couple of times, and then you'll know the reset is complete because it will take you to a welcome screen, and then it will ask you to select the language. So that is the process for factory resetting the phone. Hope you guys found this helpful. If it was, hit that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, and as always, have a good one.